Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Swordhaven with me, Dawn. Let's continue exploring
You can
Clamreach.
count on me.
I believe we spoke to her last time. Excuse me, but Mom doesn't let me talk to strangers.
Let's do it.
Let's check in with the cow, and it looks like someone's approaching. Moo, says the cow. The blacksmith's wife. The woman offers up a wan smile, her doleful eyes meeting yours only for a moment. Excuse my surly humor, stranger. It ain't your fault. You're welcome in our village, especially if you need some smithing done. Now what makes you sad, good woman? Oh, 'tis nothing important. Don't pay me any mind. Come, what is it? You can trust me. Let sleeping dogs lie. Alright, now what if I need some smithing done? Then thank your lucky stars, because my husband is a blacksmith. Can I ask you a couple questions? I'm much too busy for idle chit-chat right now. Why don't you mosey on over to my husband's smithy? I'm sure he'll entertain you with all manner of prattle while you peruse his wares. At least tell me your name. My name's Amila, darling. Don't wear it out. A pleasure. Well, it's time for me to go. Be good. If you can't be good, be careful.
No problem.
A nice outhouse.
Time for exploration.
Sundrop and a picnic basket. It contains smakovka and a fish.
The road is calling.
I think I got to it before Yogi did.
Let's see what's out there.
So it does look
You
like
can
the
count on
blacksmith's
me.
area is separate from the main town.
Let's do it. It's locked. Well, at least I tried.
Okay, so it's considered stolen for 2 days. I do appreciate that mechanic. So this gives me knockdown resistance plus 2%, dodge chance plus 1%, and minus 5 stealth. I'm really a stealthy guy anyway, so
The road is calling.
that's alright with me.
Let's see what's out there.
Gate guard. A young fellow no older than 20 stops you at the gates. He squints and raises the stick he's using as a weapon, evidently an attempt at intimidation. Halt. Who goes there? And who's asking? I'm Dorno the Younger. Wait, I'm asking the questions here. I am a humble traveler. Aye, I can see the traveling sort, but who are you? As in, what's your trade and so on? Why do I have to lie? I'm not sure I want to say who I am. That's so. Mighty suspicious if you ask me. Anyways, I can't let a stranger into the village. Pa would skin me alive. I'm Cuff, the high wade lot of the Dragon Faith. Looks you up and down. Nah, I think you're pulling my leg, you sly old son of a fox. So what if I am? You better curb that tongue of yours if you don't want to end up dead as a temple brick. It seems you've given the poor lad the collie wobbles, but he managed to summon an almost fierce expression. Assumes a clumsy, but no less resolute fighting stance. Nuh-uh. It's you who should, curb his tongue. Or show you what for. Now go, or I'll whack some sense into your skull. You better put that Fex curse stick down, boy, or you'll make me real angry. The guard gasps, and the blood drains from his face. He's clearly taken aback by your pugnacious display. Yoink, grab his weapon. In 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, you've seized the peasant's makeshift weapon. He's too dumbfounded to react. Now, can I enter the village? The lad's shoulders slump, and he produces a fraction of a nod. Sure, whispers. By the dragonfire, why couldn't one of them lizards have gotten him? Ah yes, lizards. I know what you're talking about. You already met them critters. Yes, I had to fight my way past one of them. In fact, I had to fight, 4 of them? Oh wow, I hope you killed it. When we tried to drive them out, my paw got bit by one of those beasties. Was laying sick for 12 days he was. Frowns. There were 2 of them. A man and a wife, I reckon. But the worst part is that them scaly bastards made a nest in the sacred cave, where we keep a shrine to... Durain? Our patron god of fishing. Now that we can't honor him as we should, I'm worried he'll be less generous. I mean, the dragon is great, but he probably has better things to do than drive fish into our nets. What do you know about those 2 lizards? Never seen critters like them in these parts before. They must have come from the south. Well, at least that's what Father Hercus, our Wadelot, thinks. I wonder what made them travel out here. Why couldn't you drive them away? Oh, but we could, and we would. It's just that after one of them bit my paw, we decided to come up with a real plan. Unfortunately, we've been burdened with other troubles, and, well, now we got bigger things to worry about. Like what? It's, nah, don't worry about it. What can you tell me about this deity, Durain? Durain is one of the local old gods. The barbarians who lived here long before us knew of him. Father Hercus says he was a bigger deal back then, though. You better ask him if you want to hear more. At any rate, nowadays we pay homage to Durain with gifts and prayers. He makes sure our nets are always full of fish. I reckon that's enough to know he serves the dragon like we all do. You'll be surprised, but I slaughtered the monster in Durain's cave. Really? I think I need to see it to believe it. Stay right here, sir. Wide-eyed and emboldened by sudden hope, the lad darts off in the direction of the beach. Before you've even had time to get bored, he comes racing back. Phew, let me catch my breath. Takes a moment. Aye, those nasty critters are dead just like you told me. You're a proper monster slayer in the flesh. Yeah, plant your fists on your hips. That's right. Indeed you are, sir. Indeed you are. If you have other problems, I can solve them too. Let me think for a moment. You best talk to my pa, Dorno the Elder, about that. He'll also reward you for dealing with them vile lizards. You can find our house after the first junction, right across from the tavern. I'll go look for him then. Aye, take care, sir. The youth registers your presence with mixed emotions. You did threaten him into submission earlier, but you also helped his village. This feller again. I'm looking for work. Any work, if you catch my drift. Any work? I'm not sure I like the sound of that. Oh, come on. Just tell me where to go, pretty please? No way. Whatever. Here we go. You better blow the gaff, lad, or else. Yikes. Audibly gulps. I suppose you could speak to Aldar, the village drunk. He's not much of a talker, but I've heard he does some odd jobs here and there. Just go up the main street to the first junction, with the will, then turn right. Could you point me in the direction of Swordhaven? Sure thing. Gestures for your map. It's, here it is. Can I ask you some other questions now? You helped us, so I'm happy to answer your questions. Care to tell me something about yourself? You already know my name, Dorno the Younger. Right now I'm guarding this gate, but I'm actually a fisherman, like everyone else in our village if you think about it. What can you tell me about this village? Our settlement is called Clamreach, but if it's history you're after, I won't be of much help. Let's check with my pa, the village elder, or Hercus, our waidlot. Both are capital fellers, and real knowledgeable too. Oh, and before I forget, you should also stop by our tavern while you're here. Dobro the innkeeper is great at his job, and he has the coin to prove it. Just don't get him started on rumors. That man's worse than a fishwife for gossip. Can you share anything about your father? He's the head of our village, and Dorno the Elder's his name. He and Ma have lived in Clamreach all their lives. Stops to think. That's about it. I mean, it's bad manners to speak about your parents behind their backs. What can you tell me about Hercus the Waidlot? Father Hercus and his family were sent to us from Swordhaven some years ago. Anyway, he's mighty wise. Knows all about ancient rituals, the gods, and such like. A smile flickers on the lad's face when he recalls the Waidlot's family. I saw you smile there for a moment when you mentioned the man's family. You've a keen eye, sir. Sighs. It's the Waidlot's daughter, Agni. Why, she's the most fetching lass in miles. I can hardly stop myself smiling whenever I think of her. Too bad she doesn't like me in the same way. At least I don't think so. I can talk to her if you want. Oh, no. You gotta forget I even mentioned that sort of nonsense. I'm going to anyway. I like to put my nose in other people's business. It's like 50% of RPGs. Actually, I'd probably say like 80%. Care to tell me something about Dobro the innkeeper? He's a smart feller. Our village ain't that popular with travelers, but he still manages to keep his alehouse afloat. Even lets us use his bathhouse for free. Folks say he has friends in Swordhaven, merchants and such. We'll bring this up again. Oh, it's different dialogue this time. So what can you tell me about Hercus the Waidlot? Father Hercus was sent from Swordhaven to replace our previous Waidlot, but I don't think he was born there. Maybe he's from the Empire. Shrugs. Anyway, he's mighty wise. I got it. Now another question. As you wish. Have you heard any rumors? Folks say wars are brewing between the lordlings of the north and the high Waidlot of Swordhaven. The dispute is over the mines, where they dig for magic ore. The lordlings want it all for themselves, or something like that. I don't know, really. Anyways, war. Never seen one myself. The last barbarian war ended around the time I was born, and Pa and Ma don't like talking about those times. Got it. Now let's discuss something else. Aye, that's fine by me. Yes, well, I gotta go. Talk to you later. Aye, take care, sir. And a dog.
You can count on me.
Are there many girl adventurers out there? I hope so, 'cause I'm gonna be one myself when I grow up.
Let's do it.
Hey, we've got the same hat on. Or at least very similar. Zuva, or Juva. The peasant is whittling a long piece of wood. Without taking his eyes off his carving knife, he smirks. You look like someone fresh off the boat. I'm Juva the fisher. I doubt you have any business with me. Who knows? Is that a fishing pole you're crafting? Nay, I do my fishing with a net. This looks at the stick. This is just a pastime of mine. Oh? Tell me more. What more is there to tell? The thing I'm whittling here is going to be a bow one day. That's it. A useful pursuit. Why a bow, though? Got a soft spot for him. Don't know why. And crossbows. You ever make those? Nay, those things have mechanisms and such. Way too much going on for my simple tastes. Your bow's any good? Not a soul I sold him to came back whining. Can't remember anyone singing my praises either. Shrugs. Guess that makes them adequate. Does that mean you sell your crafts? If I made him, aye, why not? Spare a few dinars never hurt anybody or nobody. Oh, got it. Jupiter loudly clears his throat and spits to one side. Yeah, what are you waiting for, mate? Bring out your bows already. Try your luck. People say I'm pretty good at bowering. Got a training bow. Crafting materials. And some money. So, yeah. Any chance you could give me a discount? If you want to buy something, let's talk. If you want to haggle, find a real trader. How do you know I wasn't a local? It's pretty obvious. Looks you over more closely this time. You're from the Blimmin' Empire, right? Well, last time I checked, Nova Drakonia was part of this Blimming Empire. And some dusty old legal scrolls, probably. In the actual world, forget about it. Doesn't sound like you have much love for the mainland. Don't get me started. It did my brother dirty. That's not something I'm ever going to forgive. Your brother. Is there an echo around here? Aye, my brother. The whole empire did him dirty. I'm not saying it was the whole bleeding empire, but sure enough, there were folks the empire considered worthy of making decisions, either by blood or by right. Oh really? Now I'm curious. That boy sure loved traveling Nova Drakonia. One day his work as a caravan guard took him to the Swordhaven docks, where a mercenary captain was looking for able men to join his band. So there was proper money to be made working for some pompous fop down in the old country. Pshaw, the very idea. And what's your brother's name? Stops himself short. Why do you want to know? I'm not telling you that. Why? Is it a secret? It is to you. So, who is the pompous fop? I don't know. Some prince or viscount or whatever. A git, basically. Well, that sounds like a good plan to me. Then you're as foolish as my brother, because that dunderhead fell for it root and branch. And when their ship sailed from the Gulf of Swordhaven with a bunch of young gadabouts on board, that was the last we ever heard of him. Well, who knows? Maybe he's alive and well. Later I learned he'd been drafted to fight in an uprising. On which side? That I don't know. What I do know is that those mutineers who didn't die on the battlefield were branded and sent either to the salt ponds of Hydrake or the dreaded Balta mines. A gruesome fate, and for what? Money? Fame? Waves his hand. He had a girl who loved him, a real home. Could have been a respected fishmonger. Ah, life wasted. But don't say it like that. Maybe your brother achieved exactly what he hoped for. Nay, he didn't. Quickly adds. I mean, what are the chances? You know what war's like. Nothing but a bloodbath. Shakes his head. Aye, enough about that. The story wasn't meant for strangers' ears. Can I ask you some other questions? Just leave me be, alright? You're a fisherman. Shouldn't you be fishing? I'm taking a day off. Goddess Vetra, she-devil of the stormy sea, and Durain, patron god of the local water critters, are having an argument, it seems. Rogue waves are tearing up the sea. Fishes are dodging our nets. A worried frown creases his face. Old Delarani read the flight patterns of some swallows and said the divines will end their bickering in a couple of weeks. Let's hope she's right. Old Delarani, who's that? She's a resident barmy widow and herbalist, a barbarian by blood and a witch. But other than that, a decent old gal. Delarani lives just across the street from us. I'm in the market for some bows. I don't have a lot, but maybe you'll find something useful. Alright, be seeing you. The fisherman follows you with a suspicious eye.
No problem.
Reason to be suspicious.
Time for exploration. The road is calling. Let's see what's out there. It's locked. Trust me, it's unpickable.
I have to mark a couple more things on the map. So, blacksmith's house.
No problem.
There's a fishing rod propped here. A float gently bobbing on the water. I need some bait. Leave the fishing rod behind. The bewhiskered fisherman bows in greeting and asks in a low voice, "It's a lovely day for fishing, eh, matey?" Yes, it is. Or is it? I don't know. Not an angler, huh? I see, I see. Glances back at the gently flowing river. Why are you fishing here anyway? Straightens his back and plants hands on hips. It's a good angling spot. Worth a long walk from my log cabin over yonder. How do you find time for leisure fishing? Usually I don't. Too much work on the farm. When I get even a whiff of freedom, I spend it all on fishing. A caravaneer or runner from Swordhaven grabs her smoked eel for the road. I earn a few extra coins. Wouldn't it be smarter to use an eel basket instead of sitting here? A smart arse, eh? It's good enough that the locals let me fish in their river. If I started using traps, I reckon they knife me to death. And rightly so. Nevertheless, I'm sure there are better spots upstream. Less crowded at least. Why not go there? It's like your ear, aight? Besides, everybody knows that using eel bucks is a privilege, not a right. Regards you as if you were a child. You get 12 lashes and a hefty fine therewithal, if the high Wadelots foresters caught you in the act. Well still, what made you choose this particular spot? Gosh, my character is annoying. The fact that it's so far from my home, the old battle axe doesn't know a thing about it. Heh. The man's laugh is joyless. There's a twinkle of regret in his eye. That's not the real reason, is it? Ah, you're right. I shouldn't have said that. Looks down at his feet. The real reason is the legend. What legend? There's a tale about a golden fish that can be caught somewheres around here. Thing is said to fulfill any wish you can think of. That's a callback to Adam RPG, where you can catch a golden fish, and it can boost your stats. I don't think I ever caught it. It requires a certain amount of luck, and I never put enough points into luck to catch it. I think it's the only attribute bonus I never got in Adam RPG. Why not fish for it outside the village? The woods aren't safe of late. Dithers before continuing. That and, well, a barbarian soothsayer told me I'd catch the bloody thing right here in Clamreach. Can you ask it for 1,000,000 more wishes? Hey, that's pretty slick. I'll probably try that one myself once I finally get my hands on that gilt critter. What were you thinking of asking before? I was thinking about, ways as options. Oh, I know. A magic porridge pot. Or maybe 7 league boots. Drugs. I don't know. I'll think of something when I hook the wee beastie. So 7 league boots. I don't know if it's shown up in other media, but there's a book, like a teenage book I read when I was a teenager, called Heir Apparent. And I think they made an appearance in that. It's about a girl that got trapped in a virtual reality fantasy world because people were protesting it and like tore the wires out while she was in it, and she got stuck in there, was trapped. I think they were 7 league boots. I'm sure they appear in other media as well, but That's the first one that came to mind. Roll your eyes. That's silly. Everyone says that, which is why I want to keep my goal a secret. Alright? What's the biggest fish you ever caught here? A magical migratory tiger-bellied horsefish. It was this big. Spreads its arms and legs so wide, he almost tumbles into the river. Wanted to get the thing's Ed stuffed, but it melted in the sludge while I was hauling it back to the farm. And what makes this particular spot so good? You know what? You know what, you big scatterbrain? Oh right, well, I'd love to join in. Fine, you deserve a fair shake. Steeples his fingers and points at you. But if you catch the golden fish first, we split the wish half and half. Nod. Let's get back to other matters. Lowers his voice. Aye? Anything else fish-related floating around in that noggin of yours? Why are you speaking so softly? Does it not spook the fishes, the wish-fulfilling kind included? Nod and whisper. Gotcha. He turns his attention back to his float. No, would you care to enlighten me about the local fishing traditions? No enlightening needed. 'Tis ain't wizardry. Get yourself a rod and some bait, and you're set. If you catch the magic fish, you have to share it with me. Got it? Will any worm suffice for the local fish? Huh. Worms won't catch anything worth catching, matey. Not in these waters. Here we use moth bait. You want some? I've got a few extra I'm willing to sell for only 10 dinars apiece. What is this moth bait? Just a plain old moth grub. Anybody can find them. But the drying and wrapping it in colorful string, that's where the true art of bait making shows. I know the dinar devaluation is at an all-time high, but 10 coins for bait? Get real. If you don't like the price, you're free to tootle off on your own merry way. Sorry, on your merry way. I said on your own, I think. Very well. Hand it over. Here you go. I can ask you a few questions. Hate to disappoint you. I've only got fishing on me mind, and that's the way I like it. At least introduce yourself. People call me Maskernick. Maxkernick. My pleasure, but I need to go. Don't scare away the fish. Or the catch. The angler cracks his sore neck with a grunt of satisfaction before addressing you in a soft voice. Hail to thee. Hail and well met. Yeah, don't scare away the catch. Alright, let's try fishing. There's a fishing rod propped here. Float gently, bobbing on the water. You want to use your moth bait and do some fishing? Yes. You cast the line and settle into wait. Silently wait. The breeze whispers teasingly across the water's surface. Pray to the local water spirits for luck. A bite. Something tugs on the line and you grip the pole tightly. Heave. You feel something on the end of your line, but it's not putting up a struggle, hinting that your catch might not be a fish after all. Bringing it closer, you discover an intriguing silver key. Take it. Now all you need is the lock that goes with it. Walk away. Leave the fishing rod behind. Right, bait. I need bait to do any fishing. Alright, let's do some more fishing. Let's give the rod a pull. A bite. Something tugs on the line and you grip the pole tightly. Heave. Rats. You pull too fast and the fish slipped away. However, you do still have your bait. Alright, we'll just wait again. Keep waiting. Your mind drifts, lost in the tranquility of waiting. Keep waiting. You listen intently, attuned to the water's gentle murmurs. Keep waiting. You give your face a quick spritz of water to refresh yourself. Everything is so quiet. Start humming a popular song. You hum the latest salon romance, popular among the aristocracy and merchant class. Keep waiting. You pinch yourself on the arm to stay awake. Keep waiting. Weariness sets in. You find yourself staring into the distance. Keep waiting. You pace back and forth to warm up your cramped legs. Keep waiting. A bite. Alright, heave. Darn it. Seems the crafty fish slipped off the hook, taking the bait along. Alright, walk away.
Time for exploration.
We have 3 locked chests we can check. See if the silver key goes to it. It's a tiny silver key. 4 letters have been roughly etched into the head. SKLV.
It's locked. Let's see what's out there.
We're gonna see if it works on the blacksmith's chest. If it doesn't, we still have the chest and the fields we can check. All the way over there. I already forgot the blacksmith's name, but I don't think his initials are SKLV. But I assume that the key is a guaranteed catch there.
You can count on me. Locked.
That was worth checking. The blacksmith does live right next to the river, so it's possible he dropped the key in there at some point.
No problem.
Chickens are not known for being good
Time
conversationalists.
for exploration. It's locked. Shall we peek inside?
A funnel cap. So it looks like the crates are like temporary images. Wait, but extra damage threshold is always good. Might throw that on. Plus 3 to persuasion isn't going to do a whole lot for us.
You can
But
count
persuasion
on me.
is where. Yeah, at 5. So having 8's not going to do anything for us.
Let's do it. No problem. Locked.
Alright, so as of right now,
Easy
it
as
seems like
lizard
investing into lockpicking is a really good idea. It usually is. Alright, so we got nails, a medium handle, The marbles, somebody lost those. A war knife.
Let's see what's out there.
Let's all men go.
You can count on me.
Oh, there he is. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Next time, we'll speak to this guy, check out what I assume is his house, and continue exploring Clamreach. Looks like the NPCs have a lot to say. That's okay. We have a lot to learn. But for now, thanks for watching. I didn't realize it was a literal funnel. Alright. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.